Hello you guys, welcome back to my channel. It's been a little bit since we've talked. I've been pretty busy as of lately. If you follow me on Instagram, you would have seen that I just relaunched my one-on-one coaching. So that's definitely been super fun and exciting, but I've missed talking to you guys. So we're back and we're doing a little Q&A today. I kind of just wanted to sit down and chat with you guys because I miss my friends. I do have my mic on. It is like on and off raining because it's summer in Florida and that's what it does every single day. So hopefully this will help so you're not hearing a bunch of that noise. I put a little question box on my Instagram for you guys to just ask me anything about fitness, reading, coaching, really anything. So we're just gonna jump into your guys' questions. Okay, just to start off answering just like the basic things that I got asked a couple times. I am 25 years old. I'm turning 26 next month. I'm not sure how we got there, but my birthday's next month at the end of August. I am a Leo. My height, I am 5'9". I get asked about my height a lot. Also, when I meet people in person who like know me from the internet, they're always very surprised to see how tall I am. Do I look short online? I feel like I look tall all the time. I really thought I was 5'8" until not that long ago. Turns out I'm 5'9". Apparently I'm like taller than 5'9". I'm like between 5'9" and 5'10". Oh my gosh. The birds are going there's a hawk right there and a crane. Hello, buddies. There's a lot of wildlife happening right here. Also, it keeps getting darker. What are my favorite gym shoes? I have a few that I rotate between and they're ones that I've had for a while. I actually haven't gotten a new pair of gym shoes for a while. So for my leg day shoes, I have the Nike Metcon. I think these are the 8. I like these specifically for hitting legs because they're very flat and that just helps with like stability. I don't feel like I'm like wiggling around my ankles or moving or anything in these. Or honestly, sometimes I just go in my socks for some movements. I know some people don't like when you take your shoes off at the gym. Since I moved to Florida though, there have been numerous occasions where I've seen people in the gym without even socks on. They just have their bare toes out on the machine. I'm not doing all that. I have socks on, but for a specific leg day shoe, I really like these. I don't do cardio in those, however, because they're just so flat and kind of hard on the bottom. Honestly, it'd be like really loud stomping on the treadmill. I don't even wear those outside like into the gym. Like I put them in my gym bag, put them on for legs, and then if I'm doing cardio after, I'll switch into something else. So for cardio or upper body days, these are my two favorites. I have the Hoka Bondi 8s and the On Cloud Novas. These are more lightweight, definitely less squishy and have more stability than the Hokas do. But these are gonna be that like cushy, really comfy, like I could walk on the treadmill for hours. These I'll only lift in if I'm doing upper body, and these if I'm doing like a full body type of situation. Honestly, even sometimes for legs, I will wear these because they aren't super squishy or anything on the bottom, so I don't feel like I'm like wiggling all over the place. So I love these. Then two pairs that are just like cute. They're not particularly super comfy for cardio and they're not too squishy or unstable for legs or anything, but these pairs I'd also just wear like casually outside of the gym because I think they're really cute. These are the Nike P6000s. They're pretty lightweight. I can do cardio in these. My feet aren't gonna hurt or anything. And same with the New Balance 9060s. These are just cute. I like wearing these, especially when I'm wearing like sweats. And also, like I said, I just like to wear these ones casually as well. Do you take creatine? I do. I've actually been taking creatine for like years at this point. I do take some breaks, like at least once or twice a year. I'll take like a week off from it, but most of the times when I do travel, I do bring it with me. And I will say I do think creatine does make a difference. It's not gonna magically help you to build muscle on its own, but it will help your muscles to push harder in the gym, and it's gonna help with recovery, therefore helping you make more gains. The main thing with creatine though is it can make you a little bloated at first. Your body usually will get used to this as long as you're staying hydrated. A lot of people will start taking creatine, they notice it's making them bloated, and then they stop it completely. Make sure you're hydrated, let your body get used to it for a little bit, and then you should be good. Since I'm drinking my greens and my glutamine right now, we'll just go through like my main supplements that I take. Obviously creatine, like I said, I would say that might be my most recommended out of everything I take. If you're only gonna take one thing, make it creatine. I do, however, also take greens and glutamine in the morning, both of which are gonna help with digestion. Glutamine's also gonna help with recovery. And then in the evening, I mix my creatine with my hydro, which is just like electrolytes, helps with hydration. And all of my supplements are from EHP Labs. I've tried so many brands of supplements and I swear to you guys, EHP Lab, one, has the best flavors, like for sure, especially their greens. And two, I just really trust in the quality of their supplements. So those are my supplements that I take every single day. Sorry, the lighting keeps changing. I keep having to turn up the brightness because the dark clouds are continuing to roll in right now. now. So I'm trying to make sure we don't get too dark. Ooh, favorite scent. Okay, I've actually been really into perfume lately, which I never really have been a perfume girl until maybe like last year. These are my top 3 scents of all time, and I'm gonna go through them with you because I wear them a little bit differently. First, we have Vanilla Skin by Fleur. This was my first like higher end fragrance. It's so good. It's obviously a vanilla scent, but it's not too like sickly Bath and Body Works vibes, you know what I mean? What was that scent from Bath and Body Works called? Vanilla Brown Sugar or something? This is like the grown-up version of that. I love her in the fall, love her in the winter, or just like nighttime when I want to be cozy. Then for Christmas, I got the Kayali Yum Bougie Marshmallow. Now I will say it's really sweet. If you don't want to smell like strawberry marshmallow, yummy sugar, then you're not gonna like this. However, I love it. This I think is definitely more daytime. Sometimes I do mix these actually. It smells so good. The hint of strawberry just makes it so yummy. And this I'll wear any season. I really want to get the EOS Strawberry Dream Body Lotion. I feel like it would go so well with this. Now my recent favorite, I got this last year. This is Cosmic by Kylie Jenner. This is my favorite summer scent, hands down. It's definitely more daytime vibes. The first word I think of when I smell it is just juicy. Like it definitely has that fruity, like tangerine juicy smell, but it also has a little bit of vanilla jasmine. So it's like not just like a fruity body spray. I don't know, she's just juicy. She's been my go-to for summer. Okay, so we did get some book questions, which makes me really excited because the past couple years I've just really fallen in love with reading, specifically fantasy and romantasy. I'm all up in book talk and I'm just excited to start like talking to you guys more about it. I get so excited when I post on my Instagram what I'm reading and people slide up and like they ask me about it and like we start talking about what we thought. You guys also give me the best recommendations for books. So I'm really excited to just talk more about book stuff with you guys. Let's start off with, do you recommend getting a Kindle? 1000 times yes. My boyfriend got me this for Christmas. I never really thought about getting a Kindle because I do love my physical books, so I never even really wanted one, but ever since he got this for me, one, I feel like I read so much faster. Two, it's just so convenient. I take this thing everywhere with me. It fits in my purse. Also, buying the ebooks is typically cheaper than buying the physical books, although I do love having the physical books, but it's hard for me to justify also buying the physical copy when I already have it on here. But I do definitely recommend it. And then if you still want the physical copy, or just like if you only want the ones that are like have the pretty covers just to have like in your house, you can do that. And then like the ones with the not as pretty covers, you can just have those on your Kindle. I don't know what the actual like version of Kindle I have is called, but I know it is linked in my Amazon storefront, so I'll put that in the description box. The little green colors are really cute though. Okay, and then I did get what are you reading right now? As you can see, I am reading Zodiac Academy. I am on the second book, Ruthless Fae. I actually started this today, well, last night. I finished the first book last night, so I'm just getting into the second one. I kind of talked about this on TikTok. I feel like Zodiac Academy was so hyped up, and I'm not gonna lie, I'm like not impressed. I think I was having a bit of culture shock because I read 3 Rachel Gillig books before this, and if you know her writing is very like old-timey, it's very like poetic. And Zodiac Academy is very like modern slang, like you're texting your friend kind of lingo. And so I think going from Rachel Gillig into this, I was like, okay. Also, I feel like in the first book, it definitely got better like in the second half of the book, but at first I was like, okay, so is this just literally 2 girls getting like harassed the whole time? Yep, it is. We're on book 2, and that's still kind of the story. It is getting a little bit more interesting in terms of the magic system. And I've been hearing a lot of people say like, just wait till book 3, like it gets so good. But I'm like, if this is supposed to be such a good series, like, do I have to really wait till the 3rd book for it to get good? I will say I'm not bored and I definitely do want to keep reading, but I don't know if that's because I'm just waiting for it to get good. Like I just really want it to get good, so I'm kind of flying through. I think I just had really high expectations. So we'll see how book 2 goes. Okay, it's really thundering. Okay, then I got favorite book ever. I'm talking the book you'd take on a deserted island. That's a really difficult question. Can it be a series or does it just have to be one book? It'd have to be a series. I barely read any standalone books. Obviously, my first thought goes to Throne of Glass, just because like, if I had to pick one book, Kingdom of Ash. I feel like that's such a basic answer though. I don't even know. Let me look at my app and see what I've read. I really did love One Dark Window and Two Twisted Crowns, that duology, and I do feel like I could definitely reread that, but I feel like I didn't like deeply connect with the characters enough for it to be like my favorite. Book of Azrael, maybe, because I will say Diana and Sam Kyle are like 2 of my favorite characters of all time. I'm gonna say Throne of Glass or the Book of Azrael. Oh my goodness, we are going crazy right now. Okay, last book question. Would you read the Windy City series? This is the one that's like Mile High and then whatever the second one is. I've heard of it. I am not a contemporary romance girl at all. I have been fantasy through and through since no, that's literally not even true. I started reading with Colleen Hoover, so I kind of was in my romance bag there, but ever since I went fantasy, I quite literally haven't turned back. Like since I started reading fantasy, starting with ACOTAR, I haven't read a book that's not fantasy. I do think I'll branch out at some point, but currently I feel like if I started reading a book with no magic, I would just be like, what is this? I just really like to escape to a magical place. So maybe in the future, but not anytime soon. Probably. And I think if I were to read a contemporary romance book, I would want to read like Magnolia Parks or something. You know what I'm saying? Okay, moving on from the books. What is your favorite and least favorite part about doing social media? Well, my favorite part is definitely reaching so many people. Like, I feel like I have so many friends. I love going on Instagram and talking to you guys in the comments, in my DMs. Whoa. That shook the building. It's okay, Muffin. Sometimes I feel like he doesn't like the thunder and sometimes I feel like he doesn't care. Like I was saying, my favorite part of doing social media is you guys. I feel like I make so many connections with so many people that I obviously never would have reached without social media, as well as just getting to do what I do every day. I feel so grateful that I'm not forced to go into a place and do a job that I hate every day. The fact that I don't have to live for the weekend, I love, because I love every day. Honestly, most of the times I don't know what day it is because I don't have like, I work Monday through Friday and then I get to relax and have fun on the weekend. I really love my everyday and I feel so grateful for that. Least favorite thing about social media? I do feel like it does take a toll on you mentally. It's so hard not to play the comparison game when you do social media full time, because obviously just like posting for fun, you're still gonna play that comparison game. But when you're like success and just like life kind of depends on the success of your content, it can be a lot of pressure for your stuff to do well, and when it doesn't, it kind of hits even harder. But I mean, I honestly wouldn't change it. I definitely think the positive outweighs the negative all day for me. Another question about social media, tips for getting started with social media. I honestly think it all depends on why you're doing it. I feel like if all you want out of it is to just like go viral, I feel like you can tell. I think people gravitate towards people who talk about and post about what they actually care about, not what they think other people are gonna engage with, I guess. Also, that's how you build a following. Like, people are gonna stick with you because they like who you are as a person. If you have a video go viral, that's great. It might get a lot of views and likes, but are majority of those people sticking with you? Maybe, maybe not. So I'd say post what you actually care about and just like showing your personality, because like I said, your personality and you being you is what sets you apart. There's a million people posting about the same things at this point. So you showing who you are is what's gonna be the difference in someone just liking and scrolling by or following you and sticking with you. And that's definitely something I've struggled with as well. I feel like when I started, it was so easy for me to just show my personality because like I was just doing it to have fun. I think when it became a full-time job for me, I was putting so much pressure on myself that I kind of lost that aspect. And I got so caught up with my content looking perfect and doing all the right things that I kind of stopped showing my personality a little bit, and that's something I'm actively trying to get back to, honestly, right now. All right, we're gonna move on to some fitness questions. What's your workout split? So I have changed things to be a little bit more high intensity. I'm still doing 2 lower and 2 upper body days a week as usual, but I've added a high intensity full body day onto the end of that, as well as I've started doing core a lot more. So I do core 3 times a week. I do cardio after each lift, and I have that high intensity full body day. So a week for me, for example, would look like quads and glutes, back. I do core after both my upper body days, so that would be back and core. An active recovery day, so core and cardio. Second leg day, so hamstrings and glutes. Second upper body day, so shoulders and arms, then core as well. Also cardio after all of the lifts, like I said. And then that last day is the high intensity full body day. What's the biggest thing that changed your physique? Actually doing my cardio. I used to just do cardio kind of whenever I felt like it, which was fine because really my only goal was building muscle at that point. I am am focusing more now on body recomp, so I want to maintain that muscle growth and lose a bit of body fat percentage. So like I said, I am doing cardio 6 times a week. I typically walk after my lower body days. I typically do stairs after my upper body days. And then sometimes I do a combo of both on that active recovery day. I don't typically do cardio after my high intensity full body day because it is pretty high intensity. But that, as well as eating enough protein, definitely my top 2 things that I've actually noticed a physical difference. I often don't know what to eat anymore. Do you have any tips to make it easier? I feel like I go through this sometimes. I honestly eat the same things most days, but I feel like a lot of times when you're trying to reach your goals, you feel like you can't eat what you like. And I really think the only way to continue to reach your goals sustainably for a long period of time is to enjoy what you're eating. Now, obviously you want that to fit in like macros that are gonna help you reach your goals, but I feel like you can do that. I feel like there's always a way to eat what your body needs to reach its goals macro-wise and make it something that you enjoy. So don't feel like you have to eat everything that you see other people eating online. Just because that's what they eat and what works for them doesn't mean you have to do that too. Branching out could help. TikTok's really good for like meal inspo. But again, don't feel like you have to do what other people are doing. Prioritize the things that you like. Like I said, I eat pretty much the same thing every day because I like it. I don't really get sick of things that easily. Yeah, I hope that was helpful. If that didn't answer your question, DM me, and then, because I feel like I could help better if I knew why you were struggling to know what to eat. Like, is it because you don't like anything that you're eating? Or is it because you don't know what fits into like your goals? Yeah, message me and I feel like I could help a little bit better. Okay guys, that was everything for today. I'm gonna go sit on the couch and read more of book 2 of Zodiac Academy, and I'm gonna try and wait out this rain before I go to the gym. I really miss sitting down and talking to you guys. I'm gonna shoot for weekly uploads to be back starting now because I really love YouTube, and since I've gotten my coaching started, I have more time to get back into this. So I'm super excited about that. Let me know what you want to see coming up, as well as if you have any questions about my one-on-one coaching. I have a lot more information in a highlight reel on my Instagram, or you can ask me any questions down below or over there. Or if you just want to sign up for a call to learn more about it, I'll have the link to sign up in the description box. And yeah, I hope you guys have a good rest of your day. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye.